Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Civivi Neurohaptic. So, this knife caught my attention with its design, mostly the size. I was looking for something around 8.5, 9 inches, and this is in that range. Let's see here. Total length is 8.8 inches if you include the pommel. So it's a big full-size knife. I like a clip point. All black is my favorite version of this, but you get this beautiful flaked G10 with plain blade option too. Always sold out wherever I look for that. That's also a good option. And there's other color options, green and plain. I think green and black maybe. But I also thought it kind of looked weird. You know, like kind of smooth lines, maybe overstyled. So I put it out of my mind. And then I thought, what are the qualities that I look for in a knife? And I kind of like tactical looking knives. One of my favorite visual designs for a knife is that, what company is that? Gerber Auto, the Gerber Auto knife. And what I like about that handle is it goes up for the thumb and it goes down, and it's about a similar silhouette to this. So I thought, okay, I'll give this another try, and I went to the store. Once I handled it, I really liked this knife. So I ended up getting it, and I'm very happy with it. I believe this is a Nitro V blade. Yeah, I think it says Nitro V. Or is this 14C28? No, this said Nitro V blade. And the handle is shaped a bit differently than normal Civivis. It's thicker for width, and then narrower also for the top. Tommy, move. So you can see one of my very favorite knives, the Civivi Tacticorix. It's taller on the handle, but also narrower. This is a bit wider. And they both provide an excellent feel in hand. Kind of the proportions are equal, but in different dimensions, right? And I love the size of this. I was looking for something like this, but yeah, I was looking for something about like this, but maybe with it, not a liner lock. This is great, but I like button locks also, axis locks, whatever, bar locks. And this is a button lock, so really happy with this. So ergonomics, it's just really comfortable in the hand. It has its own unique feel. Just the perfect placement for your thumb to rest here and the finger. Super comfortable in the hand. I recommend that if you see one of these in a knife store, that you hold it and see if it agrees with you as much as me. The liner sticks out a bit past the handle, which so I guess people call it shadow boxing or something. I like it. I don't mind it at all. I find it really comfortable. Everything's rounded, no sharp edges. You have a mild curve on the top here, mimicking the curve on the bottom. You have a nice finger groove here cut out. You have a usable choke up point for the finger to go choked up, and the thumb perfectly rests the head of the rest here, going here, and it's got a really nice little swoop there too. So really well designed ergonomically. You have your full fuller, which lightens the blade a little bit and provides some style. And also it provides one of the deployment methods. You can use your third finger here to do a finger flick to open it, Also, you got the button lock, so you can just free swing it with the button, and you got a flipper tab. And the design of the flipper tab makes it so it's pretty hard to fail. I don't know if I've ever failed the flipper deployment on this, even when it's pointed right up, because it kind of forces you to go at an angle kind of between light switch and button press. And with just the way that the angle of the flipper is, and also, you know, because of this raised thumb guard here, it just forces you to hit it at a certain angle that it provides a good detent to overcome from the button. And yeah, deployment is really excellent. So you have a nice clip point design here. You have full belly, so you can use the entire length of the blade for slicing. The blade thickness is a little thicker. It's still, I'd say, somewhere between medium and thick. It's between medium and thick. You can look at the stock here. That's a little bit thicker than your average Civivi blade stock. Actually, on these blades, I'd say it's equal thickness, actually, which is between medium and thick. But you have a lot of fancy tapering on the blade here, which kind of makes it a little bit difficult to see how thick it is. But you just look at the base, and it's not being messed with at the base, and that's how thick it is. The taper, the actual effective taper starts just in the last maybe sixth, where the fuller ends, and it goes down to a pretty fine point. Not quite a needle point, but a good narrow point. And the knife is very good at piercing and been very good at slicing. It's just a saber grind, basically. I'd say the grind starts below the fuller, and then the grind actually, you get the swedge that starts here. Seems to start above the fuller there, but the spine itself thins down, and that aids in piercing and slicing. But the thickest part of the blade is kind of where the fuller is. So it's an interesting design. Visually, Civivi's added some accents here just to make the handle less plain. The pattern on the G10 is, I'd say, a fine pattern. It's not that grippy, but it does provide some traction. It's not slippery. These lines do provide a little bit of traction going for forward and back with the finger. And then this line and the holes are just styling. Pocket clip is comfortable, no hot spots. It would be a full deep carry except for the pommel. So the pommel is exposed. It's a steel pommel. I was worried it might be G10 or plastic, but no, it's steel. You got your lanyard hole built into the pommel there. Pommel also wraps around to create a back spacer there. Otherwise, you've got full open construction. And you have a T8 pivot screw, and it looks like T8 body screws, and then T6 for the pocket clip. So with T6s, make sure you push your bit in while you're twisting to maximize contact with the pattern. Nice that they have T8 body screws. That's going to add for durability if you end up servicing your knife a lot, taking it apart. You won't have to very much because it has the flow through construction. So maybe if you're going to put on some custom handles or something, you can do that. But the knife came really clean and smooth from the box, so I didn't feel a need to have to clean it out to service it right away. Action is really nice. Runs on bearings. And subjectively, I love this knife. Objectively, I think people might not love that you're forced to kind of go into the point of the flipper tab with the design of it, but that creates, just the engineering of it creates a really good detent to overcome, so it's pretty hard to fail the deployment of this. And people might prefer to have the thumb stud option, but I think that with the flipper tab and the fuller being a finger flick option here, and it's just engineered to be very, effective at opening. Really comfy in the hand. I've learned to really like the design of this. It's, it's maybe a little bit overstyled, but when it's all black, it still looks good to me. I love the placement of the clip point. Jimping, there's no jimping on the frame. There's just some jimping on the back spacer and on the blade. And it's a medium texture and also medium on the back. You can feel, let's see, what if we do, you can have a bit of thumb traction for reverse grip and thumb forward and choke up. You've got some usable thumb traction there. So yeah, it's functional. Came perfectly centered out of the box. Every Civivi I've had, probably 20 Civivis, have all been perfectly centered out of the box. And with Civivis also, you have a really manageable blade travel when you're tightening and loosening the pivot screw. You have full range like this both ways to center it yourself. So really great engineering with Civivis. Great value. This is $99 Canadian before tax. So yeah, good value, good size, good performance, decent blade steel, Nitro V. Nitro V, comparable to 14C28 Sandvik for edge retention. You can get a screaming sharp edge on both of them, and they sharpen up real easily. Decent toughness, decent stainlessness. You're going to get more toughness and more stainlessness from the 14C28 Sandvik, so I prefer that steel on paper. It's got more performance, but for EDC use for me, Nitro V is perfectly good. Yeah, so for me, this is a 10 out of 10 knife for the price. Other people, you might not like the sharpness of the flipper tab. You might prefer to have thumb studs, but yeah, subjectively for me, I love this knife. 10 out of 10. Do a weight on here. So it comes in at 4.3 ounces, so that's medium weight. And that's good for this size. Blade length, overall blade length is, look at that, 4 inches. Overall blade length with a cutting edge of 3.5 inches. So yeah, big knife. I'll do a size comparison here. And so this is a medium-sized knife. I could get all my extra large glove fingers on the handle. Move up to full size. This is a PM2. And then you get about the same handle real estate on these knives, but you get a longer blade. So Civivi Tacticorix and Civivi Neurohaptic are going to be a size up. And then you get into extra large territories. This example is my Recon M1. So you get an idea of where the Neurohaptic fits there. So yeah, it's a good full size. So in Canada, you can pick this up at House of Knives, Blades Canada. Those are the two places that I've seen that carry this. I definitely recommend, if you like clip points, if you like combat looking knives, that you check this out. All right, so that concludes my review of the Civivi Neurohaptic. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.